Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and welcome back to the final episode of Season 1 of the Monoposto Career Mode. As always, make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and let's get into this final race. Following our crash at the Brazilian Grand Prix, we will be starting this race from last place at the back of the grid for like the third time this season. A huge crash ending our race, and we've taken the choice to rebuild the car, take a new engine, and give us the best possible chance to finish this final race at Abu Dhabi with a bang. But the 5 red lights are about to go out here at Abu Dhabi. We're lining up P20 alongside Oscar Piastri, and it's lights out and away we go. Pretty poor start from us, but we have Piastri in our sights. Him and Hulkenberg now going wheel to wheel into the first corner. We're going to get a nice slipstream from Hulkenberg. We're going to go around the outside of the pack, trying to find a way to slot ourselves into in this opening stage of the race. Piastri comes back on our inside and we get a better exit from turn 2. Let's try to go down the inside now. A huge dive on Barrios, made nearly 10 positions up, and the soft tyre is definitely helping us out at the start as Pierre Gasly takes P10 back off us. He slots down our inside and is now trying to follow the pack through our car a little bit slower and was ahead of us, so all the positions he made up are catching back up to us as crucially our teammate Valtteri Bottas on the medium tyres gets ahead of us. Not ideal because we want to be beating our teammate in this race as Lando Norris tries to go around our outside. He picks us off for P15, so it's not been the best start for us, but still high positions gain and a lot of potential to have a good race today. So just carrying on the momentum now as we try to follow the McLaren and our teammate through these last few corners, coming up to the end of the first lap as our teammate Valtteri Bottas getting caught up in the freeway battle now between Albon and Norris as he beautifully slots down the inside of our teammate there. As we're now trying to follow the cars now, coming on to this main strip, we're going to use our engine now and our ERS to get the best possible run on those cars. We just make all the positions back with DRS enabled as well behind the Williams of Logan Sargent going wheel to wheel with Pierre Gasly. Perhaps there will now be an opportunity for us to make a move down the inside of this corner, which we know that the AI are pretty bad at this corner, as that's exactly what we're going to do. We get extremely close to 2 drivers now and we make the move work as it's Sergio Perez now ahead of us on the medium tyres, so definitely punching above our weight so far as Logan Sargent makes the move on our inside and Pierre Gasly comes back to fight on us as well as Lando Norris in the McLaren following us, trying to make a move around the outside of this corner. We try to defend Norris as we make contact and Lando Norris spins off the track and he's been relegated now to the bottom of the pack. We've got some damage to our car, nothing too serious but definitely losing us some momentum, and it's going to lose us some time as well as our car has sustained a little bit of damage from that contact as we're now just trying to follow the Williams of Alex Albon through these final few corners now, deploying our ERS, trying to make do for that tangle we had with Lando Norris as we now have DRS to help us. Coming on to now lap 3 on the main straight, using our ERS and with DRS to help us. Look how much we're gaining now on our teammate Valtteri Bottas. This is a crucial move we need to make as we're not on the same strategy as our teammate, so the last thing that we want is to be stuck behind Bottas, who we know doesn't get on very well with us. We're trying to follow our teammate now through these few corners. We don't have that much grip anymore as our tyres are definitely wearing us. We either go off the track and try and make a dive bomb on our teammate Valtteri Bottas. We're going side by side now through to turn 4 and try and go around his outside, and it's a beautifully executed move by us as now trying to follow the Alpine of Pierre Gasly through his final few corners. Valtteri Bottas, you can see from the proximity here, we're trying to get back ahead of us as he does, as he slides down our inside coming into the second sector now, but we do have the help of DRS to allow us to try and make another move on our teammate Bottas, but we just don't have the grip anymore. As you can see from the right hand side, our tyres now on nearly fully worn. So definitely now for our teammate, he is going to be faster than us on those medium tyres, so we just need to stick behind him and hopefully use him as a tour to help take us along for these next few laps as we try to get as much as we can out of these soft tyres. As we have a little bit of a moment there, we slide on the gravel. These tyres definitely not doing the best for us. We just about avoid the wall, and yeah, we are going to be coming into the pits this lap. Sonoda is trying to race us on pit entry. What's he doing? As we make contact with Sonoda, what's he doing there? Why did he try and do that?
Man, is this guy blind? What the is wrong with him?
I have absolutely no idea what Sonoda was doing there. He wouldn't yield coming into the pit lane. He tried to go side by side with us, and it resulted in us being flung across the track and into the wall as we've now dropped from around P12 now to the bottom of the pack. So we definitely now have some work to do, and we need to get these hard tyres heated up. As we're now coming onto a few laps later, we're now ahead, catching Nico Hulkenberg in the Haas on the medium tyres, ourselves on the hard tyres. So it's going to be a little bit of a performance gap to try to go down the inside of the Haas driver. We now have successfully pulled that move off as we now have the task to try and climb back up the field with 8 laps to go and try to score some points for the final lap of this race, as Nico Hulkenberg gets back past us. But we have the help of the DRS now, and we're going to use our full tank of DRS as well. We've been saving it for the right moment, and this moment is now to try and get past the Haas driver of Hulkenberg, because we do not want to finish this race in last place, but we just don't have enough speed to get past the Haas driver just yet. But the best thing we can do for now is keep it consistent and just follow him, wait for the right opportunity. As a Charlotte player now with the fastest lap, who leads the race, and our teammate Valtteri Bottas in P12 still on those medium tyres, so he will be coming into the pits very soon, as we have a great few corners there, as he's made up a lot of time now on Nico Hulkenberg on the medium tyres. So I don't think he has pitted yet, as he's trying to go around the outside of him on the flat straight, using our ERS to help us out. Nico Hulkenberg opts to stay out on those medium tyres, was Oscar Piastri who manages to do the overcut on us due to that crash we had with Tsunoda, losing us a lot of time, and we're back behind the McLaren now. So definitely we need to make a move back on him as soon as possible, as Hulkenberg slots back down now inside, but we're going to make the returning move coming into this corner. It's a great dive bomb from us, and we're now trying to follow the McLaren of Oscar Piastri now. Coming into sector 2 to switch early, going down the inside of the McLaren. He's not going to be having any of that. We've already taken out his teammate, well not taken out, but crashed with his teammate, and we don't want to crash with Oscar Piastri. So it's best for us now in that position to yield, as we now have DRS to help us. Nico Hulkenberg going wheel to wheel with Piastri, that's put him off a little bit. We're going to try and go down the outside of Piastri. We make contact with him again, the second McLaren we've made contact with this race. So more damage to our car, but thankfully it doesn't end our race, and it doesn't end Piastri's race either. Just still going side by side with the McLaren now. Great racing by us two, as we've given each other just as much space as we need, as quite a few drivers will jump into the pits now, so hopefully we can make some positions up from that, as we have the help of the DRS now to allow us to try and have a better opportunity to get past the McLaren, as we're now coming onto the finals, main straight now, as we're going to use our ERS, sit in his slipstream now. Look how much we're gaining on him now. Our new engine definitely helping us out as we make the jump on Yuki Tsunoda, as we're following Nico Hulkenberg now down to this corner, our famous corner for making moves. Oscar Piastri slots back down our inside, but we're not going to be having any of that, as we try to go down the inside now of two cars in one, and we pull it off. We're now ahead of Nico Hulkenberg and the McLaren, and it's Valtteri Bottas now ahead of us, but Hulkenberg doesn't want to give the place up easily. We're still going wheel to wheel with him now. Oscar Piastri makes some more contact with us. He nearly pushes us off the track as he barges his way through on lap 7 of this race. The McLaren desperate to get past ourselves in the ALFA Romeo, but we have DRS. We've got a much better race than he has, trying to go around the outside, trying to pull the same move that he pulled off last lap, but we can't make it work. Tsunoda on the medium tyres, enjoying this battle, as it's now allowing him to get closer. So soon this two-way battle is going to turn into a three-way battle, as Tsunoda makes move on our inside, where we take a wider line as we get the switch back on both cars with the help of DRS and deploying some of our ERS, and it's a double move value for P14 in this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. But now 5 laps left of this race, so we're now just trying to follow the Haas of Nico Hulkenberg as he comes into the pits now. We dip a little wheel on the gravel, coming in too hot for the final corner, and that's going to allow Tsunoda to try and get past us now. He's sitting in our slipstream, which is a pretty easy move for Tsunoda. We're going to try and follow him through around the outside as we make a little bit of wheel banging contact, and we're going to just dive down his inside, trying to set a move up for this corner if we can slot down his inside. And he leaves the door open for us, and we're going to take that opportunity, and he's back to P13 for us, our teammate Valtteri Bottas, nearly 5 seconds ahead. So we have some work to do to chip away at that gap and hopefully try and challenge our teammate in the later stages of the race. As Tsunoda on those medium tyres, he just has so much more grip than we do, and he's able to just shoot back ahead of us. As now Lando Norris on the medium tyres as well, coming back at us. You can see the gap dropping rapidly through the corner, so maybe we made the wrong decision to go onto the hard tyres, and it looks like the medium tyres are the ones to be on, as our tyres now are pretty much at 100% wear. So we're going to have to be coming into the pits this lap, and I think the medium tyres would be the best tyres to go onto, as we need to try and climb from P14 to hopefully getting some points to round off this tricky season, as we're now coming around the final corner. And yes, it's very certainly going to be pit stop for us, and the medium tyre is probably the more favourite tyre to go on at this stage of the race, as those are the tyres that we put on. We're going to get jumped for now by a big group of cars. Crucially, Nico Hulkenberg gets ahead of us, as you can just see Oscar Piastri there. We just missed out on the overcut to the McLaren driver, but we have got the help of DRS and using some of our ERS as well to try and get past the McLaren. So it's going to be a battle now over the last 4 laps of this race, the ALFA Romeo versus the McLaren, as we try and go down his inside. There's not enough space left, but we get a much better exit than the McLaren. I'm now trying to go around his outside. We make a little bit of wheel back in contact there. It's a great race between ourselves and Piastri so far as we try to defend the inside line. Piastri now on our outside. We're going to have to take the inside line, push him wide. As now going wheel to wheel through this right-hander. Piastri ahead of us just by a little bit as we're now trying to go around the outside of him. There's not enough room for us to work with and we have to sit behind him and climb forward now as Nick De Vries on the soft tyre is also gaining on us in these final few stages of this race. As we have DRS to help us now, as you can see how much we're gaining on Piastri now. We've thought about a little move coming into that corner, but it's best for us to just get the switch back. And as we can see, we've just gotten past Piastri there. A great move by us as we now have the two Hasses going wheel to wheel ahead of us. So not the best thing for those two cars to be doing, but that's definitely going to help us in our pursuit for points in this race. As Esteban Ocon dives into the pits, as we can now see on the main straight, DRS to help us gaining on Kevin Magnussen. Are we able to make a move to swoop around his outside? We have a little think about it. We're going to try and go for it, but he defends it well. But how well is he going to be able to defend our overtake on the inside as we make a double move on both the Haas drivers? Caught them both lacking there. The double overtake on the Hasses on our new medium tyres definitely helping us out now as we are now in P13 and it's Alex Albon 2.5 seconds ahead of us on the soft tyres, so he's definitely going to be much harder to pass than the two Hasses, but we're going to give it a good go anyway on lap 10 of this race. So only 3 laps left before the race is over, so 3 laps left for us to try and make an impact. That's the gap for Alex Albon, just keep going, coming out of each corner, so maybe it's a little bit unrealistic to think that we're going to be challenging the Williams driver coming into the final few stages of this race as the Haas of Nico Hülkenberg gets past Kevin Magnussen and it's Oscar Piastri who split the two Hasses. So maybe Hülkenberg can make a late charge to gain back some time on us coming into the final few laps of this race. Logan Sargent on the Williams, he comes into the pits to get off those soft tyres and Valtteri Bottas follows him into the pits to get off his hard tyres to come onto some soft tyres, and we're going to come out ahead of our teammate Valtteri Bottas. We get some DRS off of him, but judging by the fact that he is on those soft tyres, I can imagine that he's going to be very, very quick coming into his last 2 laps and definitely faster than us, so we're going to have to watch out in our mirrors to see what type of move our teammate tries to pull on us, as I can imagine he's going to be closing up on us very soon as we are gaining a little bit more time on Alex Albon. Now we gap around 1.8 seconds it was for a moment there, so maybe his tyres are starting to burn out a little bit and medium tyres are becoming the superior tyre, going off the tyre that the soft tyres are experiencing. But the gap now 1.5 seconds to ourselves and Valtteri Bottas, so you can see he's definitely gaining rapidly on us as we have a little bit of snap of oversteer there, and the gap is now 2 tenths to Valtteri Bottas. We can try and defend this one from our teammate as we try and go around the outside as Valtteri Bottas is just smashed off the track. What's he doing?
Someone hit me.
Yeah, I'm still looking at it.
Is that who I think it was?
Yes.
Valtteri
Bottas just manages to get ahead of us. We try to have a half-hearted lunge around the outside, but he's vulnerable now on this main straight. We're going to use our ERS to try and get past our teammate. I have absolutely no idea what he's trying to do there. He just smashes off the track completely. There's no room for him to go for an overtake. As it's Pierre Gasly on the soft tyres, he's just come out of the pits. Are we able to make a crucial dive from on the inside of Pierre Gasly on the penultimate lap of this race? We also need to defend from our teammate Valtteri Bottas as we try and go down the inside of the Alpine. We don't make the move quite yet, but we have the run on him now coming into turn 4 to try to use our ERS to try and help us get past this Alpine. It's crucial that we can try and get a car between ourselves and Valtteri Bottas as we are vulnerable from behind. Our teammate looking for all sorts of ways to try and get past us, even if it does involve smashing us off the road and giving us damage. As we try to look in our mirrors now to see Valtteri Bottas, hoping that we don't make any more contact, and at that point it's just best to let our teammate go through. He's clearly much more faster than we are. As you can see, Northern now also chopping away at the gap now 1.8 seconds, so definitely we might have made the wrong choice on the strategy today. I think coming into the final stint of this race, the soft tyres were the best to go on, as our front 2 tyres now are pretty much finished. I don't think there's any point pitting on the last lap, so we're going to have to try and just hang it out on these tyres and try and finish the race on them. But we already have tried that 2 races in the season and it's resulted in the DNF for us, but we're going to be optimistic and try to see if we can get to the end on these tyres. So we're going to have to definitely drop our pace a little bit, just try to be conservative and just try to reach a checkered flag at all, as we're just suffering so much grip loss. We can't even take this corner flat out anymore. As you can see now, all over us, we can try and make a move on that inside to defend the inside line, and our tyres are pretty much screaming for help right now. There's not much we can do on these tyres. I can feel that these tyres are going to pop pretty soon, and then yeah, this is probably the end of our race now, as our back 2 tyres also. And yes, the end of our race now. Not a good strategy for us at all. Not a good race for us at all either. And yeah, that's a pretty sour end to the 2023 season. But it's Sergio Perez in the Red Bull who once again, along with his championship, takes the win at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And yeah, beautifully executed by Sergio Perez to win the championship, to win the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And yeah, great season by Red Bull, great season by Perez, but not the best season for us, so definitely going to need to go back to the drawing board for 2024. At the final standing, Sergio Perez clinches the title by 31 points and us Alfa Romeo P10 in the Constructors' Championship. And yes, as you probably could have imagined, we will be leaving Alfa Romeo for 2024. So our seat unconfirmed for next year, but definitely some seats will be appearing on the market, as it's shocked to everyone. Sir Lewis Hamilton is retired from Formula 1. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to stay tuned for the next one as we begin the 2024 season.